So what are the rest of you guys doing?
Going in that same room.
Okay.
Yeah, once I realize there's no commotion, I guess I'm a little more relaxed when afterwards. So I'll walk in and see what's going on.
You also may have seen a pulse of violet light coming from. So, because Nomenclature did open the door. So,
Yeah.
Addison,
Yes.
are you still concentrating on detect magic?
Yeah, I probably only have like a little bit left, like
Okay.
time-wise, right? Because isn't it like 10 minutes or something like that for detect magic?
For rituals, yeah.
Well, no, I
Well,
know to cast, but how long does...
You can focus on it for a bit of time, I would.
How about we just do the thing where we look it up in chat?
Cast dash.
Concentration up to 10 minutes. I don't know if it's any different with the ritual though.
Yeah, I assumed it was like 10 minutes. That's why I'm like, if you think about everything happening just, like, I could, like, it could be like the very end of it, I'd imagine, or I could just have recast it again while Cathixis was having his adventure with his chain.
Okay, fair enough.
With my choke chain?
I would assume that you would continue to recast it as you're walking here. Anyway.
Yeah, so I'll go up and do that.
Okay, so the book radiates intense magic.
Just all kinds of magic.
All sorts of magical fuckery. It's almost like there's just it seems that if you focus on it, that the book is how to phrase it.
It's porno.
Fucking psycho.
No, it just it radiates it. But magic that's different from, say, yours or Cathixis, or even Daergram's. It's not the same type of magic that you guys use. So,
But what about Ozone then?
different. Something different, but interesting.
Hey Ralph, have you been titling these episodes?
With just numbers.
Oh, okay.
The Adventures of Cathixis.
Can I read it?
Sure, you can look at it. You can do whatever you want. So
Yeah.
you went to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like tilt it over to you.
Yeah, you know it's kind of the same thing, that it seems to be filled with these sort of arcane riddles and puzzles, and as you flip through it, like for instance, if you try to flip past something and hold a page and then flip back to it, it says something different each time you look at it.
If you solve the riddle, you get a reward. Or not, I don't know.
But we can't understand it.
I mean, it's like you could probably solve some of the riddles. It almost seems like the book is full of brain exercises. Is what it really seems. It seems like the book is full of arcane brain exercises. So, like, yeah, you could solve them. It's not beyond you to solve.
Well,
You know what will happen if you solve them. Or if you you don't necessarily know what will happen if you continue to study this book.
what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. What should I do to try to solve like the first one?
It's just it's nothing specific. If you want to give me a straight intelligence roll, I'll tell you if you can solve the first one.
20.
You solve it, and you feel a little smarter after solving it. You feel like, and it's not like the smarter that you would feel after solving a normal puzzle. Like, it's not like, oh, I solved this, I feel smart. You literally feel like you gained intelligence just by solving that riddle.
Yay, I feel smart.
Yeah!
So that's what's happened, and there is you're surrounded by all sorts of books and stuff on the shelves as well.
I just asked if anyone needs to take a short rest, so that way I could go picking through some of the books.
I also want to look through the books.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so give me a investigation checks.
And while they're doing that, I'm gonna work on the book.
Okay.
I got a 14 for investigation.
Okay, so you got a 14. What? Oh my God! What is all this?
Hey, I guess everybody's investigating.
So, what's the 24?
That was from that was for his brain exercise.
Okay. So 14 is your investigation. 16 and 15. Okay. So, Daergram, you find a book with you're as you're looking through, you notice one of the books doesn't seem to be bound in the same leather in leather. It seems to be metal, like the one that Cathixis is playing with. This one, however, is gold. Has a gold cover.
Okay.
What do you do?
Open it.
Wait, so you found a book and then you opened it?
Shocking.
Wow.
It's a different character, Peter.
So, yeah, the one that... I'm not even...
Yeah, the one that lives and works with books didn't know what to do with it.
The other one was fucking scary. Had a giant tongue.
So, you pull the book... So first...
Why are tongues scary?
First, you would have to pull the book off the shelf.
Yeah, I love tongues.
So, you're pulling the book off the shelf, right?
Yes.
So, on the front cover is engraved a man with a man sort of preaching at a pulpit, with sort of brandishing one fist in the air, and he has this sort of aura around him with people cheering beneath him.
This looks like one of those ceremonies they have in church.
Yes. So you see that on the cover, and you say you open it.
Yes.
So you open it and you take some time to read the first page.
Correct. If it's in common or any language I understand.
You understand it.
Okay.
It seems to have stories of. It seems to have tales of leadership and courage written in pages.
This is interesting.
Okay, so well, not leadership and courage, leadership and influence. Excuse me, written on his pages, telling great stories of people who have used have used their abilities to trick, beguile, intimidate, or inspire to get ahead in life.
Okay.
So that's what's going on in this book. And yeah. And so you sit and read that. And Nomenclature, you find a black leather tome. this tome. You do start reading it.
I inspect it. I just want to see what's on the front cover, the back cover. What's it bound? Well, you said it's leather bound. Never mind.
It seems to be, from what you can tell, it's not like a lot of the other books. This one seems to be almost like a journal.
Oh, sure. I definitely open that.
Okay. It is, from what you read the first passage, and it tells about a failed experiment with some Fae trying to figure out the essence of their immortality. And at the bottom of it, it's signed Lafontaine. And you see different entries throughout this entire book. All of them are signed by.
All right. I say, hey guys, this is that Lafontaine guy, the vampire dude we saw from the video. Addison, I think you'd be interested in this book.
Mm-hmm.
You hand it to me?
Yep.
Yeah. I start reading it.
Okay. So, and this is all while doing a short rest, correct?
Yeah, well, this is like, if I was saying, like, it's like the equivalent of a short rest. Like, if anyone needed to just spend the hit die or recover anything from before that they can, like, I was like, I just kind of want to take some time to just hang out in the library.
Yeah, that's cool. So, as you're reading, one thing that you notice is that it seems that he not only wrote in this diary about the failed experiments before his transformation, but he continued to write and log his experiences after he transformed. Talking about hungering for blood. He talks about how he turned the other scientists, and he tried to dominate the other scientists, but was for some reason unable to. He talks about having the sort of wild, untamed urges, kind of needing to like run off into like needing to like go deeper into the Nightlands, wanting to go deeper into the Nightlands, and then like that seems to be the final entry where he talks about like wanting to leave the lab, and that's kind of like where it abruptly ends.
While he is reading, I'm going to continue looking for other books.
Roll me a investigation.
Another 16.
You find a handwritten compendium, a translation of the Sylvan language.
That's super cool. Yep, I'm going to study that. That's mine now.
So if you come across Sylvan, written Sylvan, you'll now be able to roughly translate it if given enough time. And if given enough time studying this book, you will eventually be able to add it to your Gnome languages. And each of you can use it if you decide to. It's up to you if you want to study it.
That's super cool. Yeah, since it's a vampire and vampires are immortal, I imagine he's got a well-curated library. So I'm very curious about this wall.
Well, Addison, do you say that out loud, actually? Do you say that out loud? Do you say that out loud, Nomenclature? Like that he must have been here a while? That kind of thing?
No, I'll just say to these guys that if this guy was the vampire, then he's probably got a well-curated library. And then I go back to, like, scouring the wall for dope, interesting books.
Addison, you would know somewhat differently because of reading the journal. It doesn't seem that after his transformation he stayed around very long.
Yeah, I just let him know. Like right after he says that, I just point. I'm like, according to this book, he did not stick around here that much longer after his transformation.
What did the guy look like? Because I entered the room and I looked at this guy, and then he looked at me and smiled. You said he had violet eyes, but I don't remember the rest of the descriptors.
He had dark hair. He was wearing black leathers. He had very pale skin. He's covered in tattoos, with the exception of his face. There is one tattoo over his left eye that seems to be some form of a symbol. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, bummed at that thought, I start reading the Sylvan one and just start checking it out.
Okay. All right, so that's what you guys do for your short rest. What is it? Ozone. Roll. Did you roll something?
Yeah, but I think I got a 10.
Okay, so you find a book of the you find a book of what seems to be the Elven language. Mm-hmm.
So, you mean like a translation book or something?
Yeah.
Or,
It's the translation from Elven to...
Oh, it's kind of cool. So yeah, I'll start perusing through it like while everybody's doing more important things, and it's time to do a little self-help. I know. I'll start reading the book a little bit. Yeah.
So you do that, and that's what you guys do on your short... Okay, that's fine. So are any of you rolling... Do any of you need to roll hit dice or anything like that?
I mean, I'll do it.
What's my hit die?
It should be a D8.
Okay, then no, I don't need to use it.
Yeah, sorcerers don't get their spells back on short rest, right?
Yeah, I think the only ones who do that are wizards, warlocks, and certain druids.
I think just land druids have that druidic recovery, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the exact same thing that the wizards have. Where you recover like half your level and spell slots rounded up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I look up and ask everybody what they're reading.
It's a gold book, and it looks like it's like a bunch of stories about stuff.
Stories about stuff. That sounds cool. What about you, Ozone?
Check it out. I think this is like Elven to Common translation book.
Hey, I've got Sylvan to common over here.
That's cool.
So Addison, have you looked over at Daergram's book?
Once I'm done with this book, yeah.
Okay. So, do you still have detect magic going, or are we not? Are you?
I'll say once I was done with that, I could activate it again.
Okay. So, this book also radiates magic, and this book radiates a magic that's much more to you.
That's much more what?
Familiar to you. This book seems to be of a magic. It come from a place of magic that's much more similar to your own than the Cathix study.
Yeah, I'll just walk over to Daergram. I'm just like, so what exactly is this?
It's like, I don't know, it's like a bunch of leadership and like self-empowerment stuff. You want to take a look?
Sure. Do you want to swap books then?
I guess, but like, I kind of want to see what's on the other side of that door.
Oh, all right. I'll just put the journal book in my bag, and then I sit down and continue reading the book that Daergram handed me.
Okay. So, Daergram, what do you do?
I want to check out that door.
The door to room 10?
Yes.
Okay. So, are you just like, what are you doing? You're just
Gonna
opening the door?
finagle the knob.
Finagle that knob.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you open the door, what you see in the room is what you see when you look in the room is it looks like a mirror image of room 5. So it's another sort of movie room that's looking in on the room with the summoning circle.
And like the chairs on the side.
Mm-hmm. There is a couple of major differences about this room, though. One of the major differences is that the crystal that would be used to project the images is shattered all over the floor. Okay. Now, the second difference is that this room is occupied by a Nothic. This particular Nothic, however, looks different and somehow familiar to you, in stature anyway. It seems to be about your size versus say human sized.
Okay.
This one is short, squat, and it seems to have a long beard of spines coming out of its face. And this one, it keeps sort of like, seems frustrated if you're watching it. It keeps running up to these pieces of glass and crystal on the floor and picking them up and kind of like trying to, it seems like it's trying to get the crystal pieces to do something. It tries to fit them together. It tries shaking them around. And then it runs over to one of the chairs, and there's a satchel on the chair, and it pulls out of the satchel this platinum tome, and it starts brandishing the book above its head at the crystal while muttering a bunch of gibberish. And when it realizes nothing happens and it does that, it moans and it moans and curses in frustration.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep the door open.
Mm-hmm.
And is everyone just like focused on reading?
It seems to be the case.
Okay, so I just keep the door open,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna just like knock and try to get his attention.
You're gonna try to get the Nothic's attention?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so you knock, and then it looks up. And something weird happens when it looks up at you. It looks up, and it looks like, almost like it recognizes you, but more so than that, when you look at it, you seem to recognize something familiar about it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit.
That's so sad.
Okay, I start making my way.
Fucking the Nothics that we killed. Oh my god.
I make my way up to it, but slowly, to try to seem as unintimidating as possible. For I am a man of the cloth, after all.
Okay.
Noticing that he like left the room, I'm gonna put my book in my bag and be like, "Hey guys, he's leaving. Should we follow?"
I'm sure you could
Yeah,
just
I'll
like
look.
look. The door is open.
Roll a deception check.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Can I use guidance?
No.
Four.
Okay. So it tilts its sort of one-eyed head to the side, and it says, it points to you. Well, it actually doesn't point to you. It kind of like sits up on its haunches, and it says, Daergram.
I say, yeah, how did you know?
It says your name again, and it moves slowly towards you, sort of on its. It moves slowly toward you on its haunches while not letting go of the book, like it's holding onto the book, and then it kind of comes really close to you, and it waves to you.
I wave back. How do you know my name? But you look kind of familiar.
It grabs a hold of your hassock, and it pulls you down towards it.
What's a hassock?
Your cleric robe.
Oh, okay.
And pulls it down. It pulls you down towards it, and it kind of like it takes both of its hands, one on each side of your face, and like kind of holds your face to its face, almost like it's expecting you to recognize it.
Should I roll to recognize?
Sure.
Insight.
Yeah, insight.
Can I guide this one?
Yeah, sure.
$14.
It reminds you of grandfather.
Do we give him a name yet?
Nope, they didn't tell you his name.
I mean, do I remember the name from way back then?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I'll say his name. Is that you?
His name is Dorgon.
Dorgon, is that you?
It kind of gets very excited. It gets very excited and jumps up and down, and it grabs your face and it touches its forehead to your forehead.
Oh
then jumps
my
up and-
goodness. You know, your grandson's been looking for you.
When you say that, its eye kind of like shoots open wide, and it seems like it's less happy now that you said that, and it kind of looks away from you and crawls back over to its satchel and starts like holding its satchel to it and rocking back and turned away from you.
No, don't. No, he really has been looking for you.
So he looks over at you and almost like he's not understanding what you're saying, but then he drags over his bag. He drags over his bag and he opens it and he starts rifling it, and he pulls out a wand and points it at you.
What's this?
I cast Chaos Bolt.
Oh my god,
Oh.
no, please don't.
No, no.
Yeah. No, I'm so sad.
He points it at you. Roll a how does that one work? So many books. So many books. Oh fuck it! I'm just gonna wing it. Roll a charisma saving throw.
Thanks.
I walk into the room after seeing Daergram go out there.
Okay. So you see this Nothic pointing a wand at
19.
Daergram. You rolled a 19.
Yeah.
You felt almost like your cheeks were kind of almost like you were about to smile, but then you did it.
That's good.
Yeah. And almost like you're about to smile, but then you didn't. And when the wand seems to have no reaction, the Nothic kind of like looks at the wand in frustration and like shakes its head and puts the wand back in its bag and gets very dejected and like starts holding its book again and rocking back and forth.
What's wrong, friend?
It hands you the wand. It gets an idea and hands you the wand, and then it bounces up and down and waits, and it looks at you.
So I grab the wand, and then I point at it, and then I point at him.
You point the wand at him?
No, I point with my hand. I point at the wand, and then I point at him with my hand.
And it gets excited and it points at itself.
So, do you want me to use this on you?
It claps its hands really hard and then jumps up and down.
Okay. So, what do you need me to do for this then?
It's me, I roll. So you point the wands at it and you basically expend a charge.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so. Okay, so what is your spell save DC?
13.
Okay, perfect. So you notice that when you point the wand, you feel a weird sort of energy emanate from the wand, a sort of weak magical pulse that flows from the wand to the Nothic, and when it hits the Nothic, you notice a smile spread across the Nothic's face, and then when the smile spreads across the Nothic's face, it kind of jumps up and down and claps again, and then it grabs the wand from you and points it at you again.
Oh, shit.
It grabs the wand and points it at you again. Charisma saving.
11.
Okay. So a pulse like a weak magical pulse emanates from the wand and hits you in the face and forces you to smile. And you get this big, wide smile across your face. When you do, the Nothic realizes that the wand worked and it jumps up and down very excited and claps its hand.
Okay.
And then it hands you the wand.
Thank you. I bow.
It bows to you. Are any of you seeing this?
Yeah. Ozone was definitely watching.
Yeah, and I walked it. Gnomenclature walked out into the room too.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So it jumps up and down and hands you the wand, and it then sits down and then holds its book and opens the book and starts looking at it.
I guess I put the wand away, and I'll have a seat next to him,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll kind of like look over and see what he's trying to read. I mean, he is my friend after all. I mean, I should, like, I feel like I got some sort of connection with him.
Mm-hmm. So in the book, what you read is stories of celestial beings and gods. It also tells stories of blood wars, and as well as the innermost workings of nature itself.
Okay. So, life, love, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So that's basically what this book tells you. So, and you're reading over its shoulder.
Yeah.
It looks at you, and then it looks at the book.
I give
And
a
then-
nod.
You give a nod.
Yeah. Like, mm-hmm.
So it closes the book and it hands it to you.
Oh, for me?
Mm-hmm. It nods. And it wraps its arms around your leg and says, Daergram, friend.
Yes. I've been looking for so long for you guys. Do you want to leave here?
When you ask it to leave, its eye shoots open again, and it seems to get very watery, almost like it's about to cry, and then it shakes its head back violently.
Is it because you look like this now?
It shakes its head again, and it kind of hobbles over to the glass, and it points at the distortion in the cylinder.
You mean like it looks into room 8?
Yeah, it looks into room 8, and it points at the distortion in room 8, and it says bad. And when it says bad, it then points at itself also. It says bad.
Did that do that to you?
It looks at the distortion and kind of looks back at you and shrugs its shoulders hopelessly.
I understand. That room has been giving me some bad vibes.
Yeah, it just kind of shrugs its shoulders.
I tell him that I give like the 1 minute sign, you know, like when you point your finger up. I'm like 1 minute, and I go back into the old room, and I start talking to the rest of the party.
It follows you.
Okay.
For 1 minute.
Hey guys!
Mm-hmm.
Hey! Stop reading! Anyone else there? Am I all alone?
Yeah, we're all there.
Oh. This is the guy we were looking for.
He looks like one of those monsters.
And the Nothic kind of peeks from behind you. Well, Addison, you notice that this is different from the other Nothics. It's not human-sized, it's dwarf-sized and dwarf-statured. It also has a beard of spines.
He's my friend from my old village. The one that the boy was looking for.
How'd that happen?
He pointed at that big room with the glass and said bad.
When you say that, it pulls on your robe and points to itself and says excitedly, "Bad, bad, bad,
You're not bad.
bad."
No, just misunderstood.
Oh, has this been going on this whole time?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think we gotta go into that room somehow and destroy it somehow.
Well, we tried. Do you want to try to open that door? I mean, did he lock it after it turned him into that?
I look at him and then I ask him, "Can you open it?"
It points into room 7 and looks at you. And you say what?
No, I didn't hear you say it points into room 7.
It points into room 7 and looks at you, almost like it's asking you a question.
No, and I point at the glass door from like room 10.
Okay. It shakes its head violently and says, "Bad."
I know. I want to go there. We all want to go there.
It jumps up and it pulls on your beard and pulls you down. It pulls you down to it, and presses its face against you, and says, "Bad."
And without, like, I want to do it like in a comical way where like I turn my head, but I'm also like turning with him because we're so scrunched up together. And I look at the party and it's like, do you guys want to do something bad?
When you say that, it jumps away and it hits you in the arm and yells, "Bad."
I'm just sitting down with the book in my lap, and I like put my fingers together. This trip has not been anything like what I expected it to be. I never thought that the doctor would ask if we wanted to do something bad.
Well, if it's the only way I can get my friend back, I can do something bad.
Cathixis, roll me a deception check.
Krzysztof's probably asleep.
Is he really?
We haven't heard anything from him for a while.
Oh, fuck.
And
Is
then
he
Benny's
still,
playing a game.
I'm just checking in on something.
Yeah, so is Krzysztof gone?
I assumed as much.
Because he's still in the voice chat, right?
He is still in the voice chat.
I
he
have his
definitely
character
asleep.
sheet if you want me to roll his deception for him.
Yeah, roll a deception for
Do you want to just call it a night there?
Oh, 20.
Okay, so nothing happened. All right.
Yeah, so we'll end it at, do you guys want to do something bad?
Yeah, we could end it there. I need to
Okay.
get to bed anyway. I have to be up at 6 a.m.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so experience, maybe?
Yes, experience. So, first of all, each of you will get where is it? Each of you get 450 experience, a base experience, plus. You guys short rested, right?
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
that's all you need to recognize what a magic item does, right?
I don't know if is it short rest.
I thought you had to identify it.
Well, no,
it's
that
an
you-
Well, no, I think it's an item that you can attune to. That during a long rest, as long as you have that item, you can figure out what it does. I don't know
Alright.
about other items.
All right. So, Krzysztof would know about his thing. Oh, so I think it's a long rest then.
Yeah, it's a long
Okay,
rest.
So you don't know either. So you don't know that. You just each have stuff. So 450 experience for each of you. How close are you guys to level 5?
How much do you need to get to level 5?
I need 670 more.
But how much do you need?
6,500.
6,500?
65 for level 5.
Oh, and you said you're 600 away from it now with that extra experience?
Yeah, I'm at 5830. Not sure about the rest of you guys, though.
Well, hold on. Let me add it together and I'll let you know.
I'm at 6107.
I'm 500. I'm like 470 away from leveling up.
Okay. Well, each of you take an extra 100 for role playing experience, as well as just being completely annoying this whole session. Working so hard at being completely annoying. Each of you get an extra 100 experience.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then I guess that's where we'll end it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So I will talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, I'm sure. And we'll do this again next week or the week after.
Alrighty.
All right.
Buenas
Have a great-
noches.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.